A year ago, I thought I was about to die. I had gotten so big in my weight. I had reached almost 400 pounds, and I had given up all hope of being able to come down from that. And I received a blessing, and that blessing, oddly enough, was a diagnosis of type 2 diabetes. And the reason I say that, because my doctor then put me on Mounjaro, a GLP-1 medication. And that medication completely changed my life. So it is 1 year later, and here's my reflections on that journey. And I think, I'm talking to everybody here, but I'm especially talking to you if you're considering going on a GLP-1 medication right now, because I was scared. I was really scared. I was scared both that I was about to die, and I was also incredibly scared of that box. That box was something sharp I was going to jab in my body. That box was filled with a medication that every time I turned on the TV, I'd hear something crazy about. Either it was celebrities just using it because they were too weak to actually diet and lose weight, or it was going to freeze my stomach, it was going to make me blind, it was going to hurt my thyroid. All of these things that go through your head. And I still hoped against hope, and I injected myself with that, the pen, which doesn't hurt nearly as much as you think it will. But the needle scared me, right? But the pens are great. The biggest side effect that I got on this, actually almost the only side effect I got on this, I got my life back. Like, it is now a year later. I lost over 90 pounds on Mounjaro, and I'm still going. I have lost 102 pounds since I first got the diagnosis of type 2 diabetes, because it took a while for the PA to go through and with the shortages to actually get my hands on the medication. And if you had to know one thing about these medications, it's that they are life-changing, completely life-changing for many, if not most of us. I will tell you, my doctor handed me that box with almost no information. I asked for more, and he sent me to the American Diabetes Society's website. I'm not joking. So here's a couple tips that I have found along the way that I have found incredibly helpful. My medical advice came from social media, and I don't mean from peers on social media. There are a lot of medical professionals, doctors and dietitians and nurses who are online, who are trained in these medications and are sharing information. Because frankly, these doctors right now were not trained in medical school on these medications. It's not their fault, but they weren't trained on them. But there are doctors that are obesity medicine board certified doctors. And there's a directory that you can find these doctors in if you want to add one to your care team. But for me, initially, what I used was YouTube and TikTok. And I connected with the doctors there, and I downloaded their podcasts, and I listened to what they had to say about how I needed to go about this journey. And there really are 4 pillars to success on this journey. The pillars are the medicine, and then it's movement, and it's your nutrition, and it's your mindset. And you have to work on all 4 of those things. And I have over the course of this last year. I've learned a lot along the way. Some basic stuff that you're going to find on almost any member of the GLP-1 community on TikTok or YouTube. The basics, you need to hit your water goals, your fiber goals, and your protein goals, especially your fiber and your water goals, but your protein if you want to keep things moving through your system. Did I get that right? Did I get that right? The fiber to get things moving through your system, the protein to keep your muscle, and the water to keep yourself hydrated at all times. There's going to be different amounts for each person, right? So there's calculators online, there's dietitians you should consult. Everyone's number is going to be different because everyone's body reacts differently to these medications. Some people respond super fast, some people respond super slow. I'm right down the middle, to be honest with you. But for me, I need to get about 100 to 120 ounces of water, about 140 to 160 grams of protein, and I need to get about 35 grams of fiber in a day. Everybody's going to be different. So use the online resources, find the medical professionals who can help you along on your journey. That was absolutely key to me. It is something that I cannot thank the universe for more. expanding my care team. I will tell you, I also added a doctor, a cardiologist, who specifically has some really good knowledge of these medications to my care team. So expanding your care team. I also added a telehealth. And the reason I added a telehealth that specializes in GLP-1 medications is they had mindset coaching and movement coaching and nutritionists on call and all of the little things that you need to support yourself on this journey. Because this is not something that doesn't involve a lot of work. It involves a lot of work. Again, it involves medicine, mindset, nutrition, and movement, right? It involves all of those factors, and you need to hit them all. So 1 year into my journey, my best advice to you beyond the basic water, fiber, and protein, expand your care team, even if you have to do it virtually. Find the people who can help you on this journey, the professionals who are trained. You can do this. It's a lot of work, but it is life-changing. So 1 year in, my life is completely different than what it was a year ago. I am no longer planning my funeral, trying to figure out how to get a big enough casket that they could get my almost 400-pound body in. Instead, I am going to the store and buying clothes in normal stores and not just Destination XL. I am going on flights and not needing to get a seatbelt extender. I am living life again. And so I hope you will too. If you're new to this journey, my name's Mike. I call myself Mike on a mission here. On YouTube and on TikTok, I'm under the same name, at Mike.onamission2. I'd love to have your support. I'd love to have you on the journey with me. And if I can help you in any way, please reach out. Thanks so much, folks.